To understand today's chip war, we must go back in time. How did a technology born in American labs become the center of a geopolitical competition between Washington and Beijing? The answer is long and entwined, beyond markets and tariffs into the core of national security. In the 1950s and 60s, the United States led chip design and manufacturing. Government agencies, especially defense and space, were the primary customers. The exponential improvement of semiconductors, Moore's law, took on strategic significance. Each new generation widened the technological gap. Advanced chips became a pillar of security and power. But what is Moore's law, and why does it matter? In 1965, Gordon Moore, co-founder of Intel, made a simple but groundbreaking observation. The number of transistors on a chip doubles roughly every 2 years. Moore's law wasn't just a technical prediction. It became the guiding principle that shaped the entire semiconductor industry. The implication is clear. Each new generation of chips isn't just smaller and cheaper, but exponentially more powerful. And that exponential growth means that falling behind by just a few years quickly turns into a massive gap in computing power. This history brings us to two critical points on the map: Taiwan and the Netherlands. Hubs that today have become choke points in the global semiconductor supply chain. Taiwan, in a word, means concentration. A huge share of the world's advanced manufacturing capacity, the fabs that produce chips below roughly 10 nanometers, is based on this island. Reports suggest that about 92% of global advanced capacity is located there. When production is this concentrated, any local disruption, political, military, natural, or cyber, can ripple across the entire global chain almost instantly. At the heart of Taiwan's ecosystem stands one dominant player, TSMC. The company controls the lion's share of the foundry market, with reports estimating 66 to 68% of advanced manufacturing. The decisions of one or two firms at this scale can have systemic consequences for global supply. On the other side of the map, the Netherlands is home to ASML, the world's only maker of extreme ultraviolet lithography machines. These tools are essential for printing the tiniest, most precise patterns on silicon wafers. Without them, many of today's advanced chips simply cannot be produced. ASML's role represents another choke point. Controlling the tools of production means controlling access to the highest levels of manufacturing. Under Moore's law, becomes an exponential gap. 3 years, approximately 2.8 times, 5 years, approximately 5.7 times in raw computing power. China to Taiwan, approximately 3 to 5 years behind, advanced manufacturing. China to the US, a similar gap in production. The US leads in design and software, EDA, IP. The technical reasons for China's lag are clear. Limited access to advanced lithography tools, EUV, lower yields at leading nodes, and less experience in high-volume cutting-edge manufacturing. Those technical shortfalls quickly turn political. When access to tools or know-how is blocked, policy steps in. Export controls and IP disputes have become major sources of tension between Beijing and Washington. In short, Taiwan is the heart of advanced manufacturing. The US is the brain of design, and China is rapidly catching up, but still years from the front line. A gap that shapes global security, economics, and politics. From the 1960s and 70s to today, China has moved from isolation to becoming a major player in semiconductors. Yet fears of dependency pushed Beijing to pour massive resources into building a domestic industry. The US, however, realized earlier that chips are not just goods, they are instruments of power. Sanctions on ZTE and Huawei, and the sweeping 2022 export controls, showed how trade and national security are now directly intertwined. With this split in power, the US dominating design and software, EDA IP, and Taiwan dominating advanced manufacturing, China does not have an easy path forward. It faces two difficult options: either spend years and massive capital to build advanced domestic capacity, securing access to critical tools like EUV and the hard-won experience of high-volume production, or try to bypass choke points through acquisitions, talent transfers, and indirect routes, which in turn invite political and legal conflict. Both paths are costly, time-consuming, and risky, and China's choice at this choke point will help redraw the geopolitical map of technology for years to come.